All right, I think we're on. Yeah, we're on. So, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of Educated Conservative Talk. My name is Khalid, and of course, I have my co-host Matthew. What's going on, Matt?
I'm awake.
Yeah, you do sound a little sleepy over there.
Oh yeah, it's been a long week.
Oh, we understand that, man. So, before we get started, I wanted to let everybody know I appreciate everyone who's tuned in to Educated Conservative Talk. Um, Also, I do have some merch up that you can purchase if you want to support the channel. So what my goal for this merch and what I'm going to do with the money is I want to get some new equipment so we can do some more content for this channel and turn it up a notch. I want to hit the streets. I want to do some footwork and get out here into these neighborhoods and get out here to these cities where a lot of this stuff that we're talking about is going on. So we could catch this stuff in action. I know it's kind of dangerous to do that, but I mean, how in the hell else are we supposed to, you know, get firsthand experience on what we talk about? And that's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. Man, how you feel about going into these areas? I know you in Oregon. You kind of in a shitty area right now.
I'm like 20 minutes away from Portland. I'm almost on fire.
Oh man.
I'm cool as long as we have some kind of firearm with us. They're not gonna be happy with us going in there. I ain't gonna lie.
What is the what's the gun laws in Oregon?
Bad, just in general. Um, I have not looked into them too much yet. I know they're not as bad as California, but they're not as good as other places.
Mm,
Um,
understood.
nowhere near constitutional carry like I'd like.
Yeah, that's because I know here, it's open carry here, so um, but
I
I'm
think
in North
we
Carolina.
have concealed carry.
Concealed carry, okay. Yeah, we got concealed for pistols, open carry for rifles and stuff like that. I don't see too
It's
many
hard to
people.
conceal those ones.
I don't see people walking around with rifles, really, to be honest. Um,
Yeah,
but
I
I've
don't know. In
seen,
my opinion, I don't think there should be many laws at all on it. I mean, like the Constitution lines it out for you. You
yeah.
cannot restrict it. That's the point.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. There shouldn't be any damn laws on guns. I
No.
mean, people gonna kill each other anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like the laws really don't fucking matter. There's people shooting each other every day. And I think that as long as we keep the law that if you kill somebody, you go to prison, I don't think really, gun laws are gonna change anything about the violence that goes on in this country. But that's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
I don't know. Try to convince the Californians of that one.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
They were
who
all up in arms.
for California to be so famous and so. I've heard it's gorgeous there. I've never been there, but I heard it's a beautiful
It's
state.
overrated, in my opinion. It's
Um,
overrated. Like, there's a beach. That's the nicest part of it. If you want a beautiful state, you go to Oregon's better, in my opinion, for
Oregon.
that. I mean, Oregon's got everything. We've got picturesque beaches. I mean, hell, Goonies was shot here. So
Oh yeah, yeah. But for in general though, I just heard as far as the scenery and stuff like that, I've heard good things. But now when you go there, you got places like Skid Row, you know,
mm-hmm.
homeless people sleeping on the streets, making
Just everywhere. Yeah,
everywhere.
it's not the nicest place. I mean, in my opinion, I just want to like chisel it away and just push it into the ocean, and then instate Guam as the 50th state, so that way we don't have to change the flag. That's my plan.
Yeah, I think that if we keep going in this direction, it's gonna be a lot more states on your side of the country that's gonna be just like California.
Oregon's like California light.
California Light. Oh my God, that's like the diet
That's
California.
exactly Diet California. That's exactly what it is.
Who is y'all governor in Oregon?
Her name is Kate Brown.
Kate Brown. I'm gonna have to look her into it. She's
Yeah,
Democrat.
of course.
Yeah.
She's. I mean, I don't like her, but I mean, I've seen her. I've spoken with her.
Mhm.
She's she's kind of like an empty suit, like every other politician. Is from what I got from her. I mean, I spoke to one of our senators as well at a town hall. It was kind of funny. They did a town hall at my high school, which was kind of interesting. And one of my classes was dedicated to just going to the town hall. And I remember it was so weird because they handed us these little cards as you went in. They were not little, they were pretty big cards
Mm.
that had a green side and a red side. One side said yes, the other side said no. And the point was to like silently show your support or your retaliation for what the senator was saying.
Mm.
I always forget his name. I wish I could think of it, but I want to. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I just remember I was the only one holding up the red side, and the dude didn't answer one question. He kind of just like addressed that it was a question, and that grammatically it was definitely a question, and then ended his answer. And I was like, well, you never said anything on the actual answer to the question, like.
Wow.
And people were sitting there like, oh, that's very insightful. I was like, did you not listen to him? He said nothing.
Yeah.
Like, come on, people. Drove me nuts. I was very unhappy with that one, but I mean, it's whatever. I'm reading up on Lori Lightfoot. She's a bit. I just, it's crazy.
Yeah, Lori Lightfoot is and we're gonna get into that segment here later, guys. She apparently made it a public health race. She made racism a public health issue. But we're talking about a city. She's mayor of a city that has what 25 shootings every weekend on average. Just this past weekend during the Puerto Rican parade, um, two people were shot on camera. A couple. Why I don't know. They were just pulled out their car apparently, and shot a man and a woman. From what I understand, the last I've heard, the woman is in a hospital. She got shot in the neck, and her boyfriend or her husband, whoever he was, he did not make it. He got shot multiple
Yeah,
times. So,
yeah, you sent me that, didn't you? Or you posted it? I think you did.
so that's just the state of our country right now. Um, there's been a spike of gang violence here in North Carolina, about 30 minutes from where I'm at in a city called High Point. There's been a lot of shootings and murders going on in that city. Um, it's a lot of bullshit going on in this country. And the reason why I do this, the reason why I get on this camera and say the things that I say is because I watch the news every day. That's really all I want to watch. And I know some people feel like they don't want to watch it because it's stressful and stuff like that. But if you don't know what the hell is going on out here, you're gonna be out of the loop. And I'm the type of
Mm-hmm.
person, I can't be out of the loop. I have to know what's going on with this country every day because I've been affected by these type of things that I didn't know about. Because if you don't catch up on it, you will be affected. Some people say it doesn't affect them every day, but believe it or not, it does, especially if it's going on right in your backyard. So you gotta be aware of this type of shit. So I watch the news every day and I see it and I have an opinion about what the fuck I'm seeing, and I don't like it. So I create blogs. I do podcasts. That's what I do. So this segment today is going to be about something that I saw on the news. George Floyd had a statue created in what I think, what city is this? Newark City. Now, here's my problem with that. Newark, New Jersey has one of the highest crime rates in the country right now. if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about this, but I believe they also defunded their police. Could you look that up for me, Matt?
Yeah.
So I wonder how much this damn statue was for the. It's a bronze statue, 700 pounds. 700-pound George Floyd statue. First of all, this situation didn't even happen in New Jersey. So why in the hell are you creating a George Floyd statue in fucking New Jersey? How is the what is this for? How does this help anybody? Who are they pandering to? It's ridiculous.
Apparently, there's actually an area in New Jersey where they completely it says they disbanded their police force.
Disbanded their police force.
They did one. It says they did it in like 2012 though.
What? Oh, they did it in 2012. Oh wow.
Because they're crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, one prominent case in the debate is Cayman, New Jersey, which disbanded its police force in 2012, converting to the Cayman Metro Division of the Cadman County Police.
Cayman, New Jersey.
Camden.
Camden, New Jersey.
Camden.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. But those, like, I'm not seeing anything on whether or not they defunded their police. I am seeing that, though, which is disturbing to say the least. But it actually says down here, some towns increase funding. I mean, it's like everywhere else. We're likely. So where is this statue in New Jersey? You said out Newark?
Yeah, this is
so let's look that.
Newark, New Jersey. Yep. Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah, Newark, New Jersey. Did they defund their police?
But nonetheless,
so it says
mm,
in 2011, the Newark Police Department, which is the largest municipal police force in New Jersey, in 2011, the size of the police department was reduced by 13%, which is 167 officers, and has as the result of budget cuts. So it looks like they've been doing that for a while.
They've been doing that for a while. Now, let me ask this. Now, I know this part for sure. Newark, Jersey is one of the most dangerous cities in the United States of America. Now, we have, I think there's like a top 50 or something like that. 50 being the least dangerous. Newark, New Jersey.
There you go.
Comes in what?
So real quick, just to get this out of the way, this month, as activists across the country called on cities to defund the police, Baraka, who I believe is the mayor of Newark, moved 5% from the police budget, which was 235 million last year, to the other anti-violence initiatives and plans to turn a police precinct into a museum. And their crimes are a bit ridiculous.
Their crime is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's number of violent crimes. This is annual. 1,812.
Holy shit! That's almost one in a
6
1 out of 10
per 1,000 residents.
Or 1 out of 100.
So we're talking about.
That's not.
I know the gang violence is pretty high in North New Jersey. Let me see how many violent property. Let's see. Assault, robbery.
Holy shit.
This is now keep in mind this is a population of 282,000 people.
And 11.
1 in 156 in Newark. chances of becoming a
1 in 483.
1 in 480.
Not that much better for the entire state.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous, bro. That's crazy.
So I'm just looking at that. 57 for murders alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
0.2% of people in Jersey died to murders.
Yep.
Remind me, not in Newark. Sorry, not in Jersey. In
Newark.
Newark, 0.2% of people total.
Yep. 16,425.
That's in the entire United States.
That's just the United States.
That's ridiculous.
And I bet a lot of these crimes happen in areas, Newark, New Jersey, parts of Newark, New Jersey. You know, I don't have to go there. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. I think you guys already know how I feel about the crime. When I hear about crime, I kind of the first thing I think about is the black community. And the reason why is because that's where a lot of this shit is happening. I'm sorry to say it, but this is the shit that people ignore. And the more people ignore it, nothing's going to get done. So back to the point that I was trying to make. They put a whole lot of time in creating a statue for a guy who's not even from Newark, who doesn't have any type of connection with Newark, as far as I know. And you created a statue, 700-pound statue, but you got this high ass crime rate in your city that you should be taking care of. This is their priority. They prefer to pander to the black community with, first of all, a career criminal. Let's just call it what it is. Let's just call him with what he is.
Yep.
What the fuck did he
Career criminal.
What did he do to deserve a statue? What did he really do besides get killed by the police? Really?
Yeah, he didn't do anything. He got glorified for just very simply being in a place in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I know he got glorified for bullying a kid. That's really what he did when you look at it. The kid at Cut Foods who was going to lose out on part of his paycheck because some asshole came in with a counterfeit 20.
Ridiculous.
That's what was happening.
Ridiculous.
And when the police were called on this asshole who was given multiple chances to just fix the wrong that he had done, he chose to continue doing the wrong. And when you really dig into that, when you really understand that that is what happened, what he did wasn't right. And I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I don't care if you think Chauvin was right or you think he was wrong. What George Floyd did was wrong, and you cannot say anything else without being a complete liar. It doesn't. In the end, it doesn't matter what Chauvin did. It doesn't matter. It's sad that George Floyd had to die, but how much more sad would it have been to watch him continue living his life the way he did? And now, can you imagine the woman that he robbed seeing a statue of him? Can you imagine the kid that he attempted to rob seeing a statue of him? Can you imagine the police forces that had had hundreds of officer casualties due to this guy? Can you imagine them seeing a statue of him while knowing that their friend David Dorn is dead?
Yep.
Like, that is the point that needs to be made here. He should not be idolized. I don't think Chauvin should be idolized either. I don't think anybody should be idolized out of this situation. It was a crappy situation all around. And whether you think Chauvin belongs in jail or not, it doesn't matter. This shit shouldn't happen. This is bullshit. This is idolizing in changing history. I don't understand why it's okay to rip down statues of Jefferson and Washington and whatnot, but I swear to God, if I went there and I vandalized the statue, I would be charged with as high of a crime as they can get me.
Yep.
I guarantee it.
And they would call it a
It
hate
is
crime, probably.
ridiculous. They would call it a hate crime. Absolutely. They say I did it because he was black. No, I did it because he's a criminal. There's a difference. We lived through this history. We watched it happen, and now they're attempting to immortalize it on a fucking bench.
Imagine if they put up a statue of fucking Charles Manson
Or Dahmer,
or
right?
Or Jeffrey Dahmer. It would be.
And I'm not even gonna say, right? I'm not even gonna say George Floyd was as bad as either of those guys.
No, but
right?
still, but they still are criminals, though. It doesn't matter if
yeah, it would be like making a statue of Cosby.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Right. It's that is what they did. They've put up a statue of Cosby, and it's just not right.
It's not.
It isn't. Anybody who thinks otherwise is just crazy. I'm not even going to give you the time of day because this is ridiculous. You can say, well, he was killed out of whatever, and 80% of the time, whatever you say is going to be wrong. Because in the end, he wasn't intentionally killed. I mean,
right, and this is what fucks me up the most is people try to make it seem like this is about racial injustice. Where the hell was that? Where the hell was it at? Hold on, I just saw it. Maybe I gotta go back, but I saw a something about the racial injustice. George Floyd murder. Okay, here it is. George Floyd's murder at the hands of ex-Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin last year fueled a global movement for racial justice. As if this was as if this was motivated by race. What is the evidence that he was killed or he was murdered based on his race? What's the evidence for that? In order for you to prove that somebody was racist without a reasonable doubt, they would have to actually say something that's so outwardly racist that you can't deny it. You motherfuckers act like y'all can read minds, as if you just know for sure Chauvin did this to this man. And let's go. Let me do this because I don't believe Chauvin did anything wrong. That's my opinion. But let's just say that he did put his knee on his neck and killed him on purpose, right? Let's just say that. Is it possible to kill somebody without being racist? Is it possible for a cop to be an asshole without being racist? Because in order for you to actually call this person racist, you will have to have some proof of that. Every situation that a black person comes into with a police officer, everybody calls it a racist situation. Oh, the cop just did it because he was black. Can the cop be an asshole without being racist? Why is being racist the first thing you motherfuckers go to?
The bigger problem isn't the Chauvin situation. The bigger problem is other ones, like with Rayshard Brooks, where he literally knocked a cop out, stole his taser, and then fired it at his partner, and people said it was racist that he was shot.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Every time a police officer comes in contact with a black person and the situation goes left, it's always the cop is racist. So if the cop is a racist, every time a situation comes in, every time the situation goes left when there's contact with a black person, what is it called when the situation goes left with a white person? Which happens more often than it does with black people. Nobody talks about these situations. Nobody who wants to hold the cop. Nobody holds these cops accountable when they out here fucking up with everybody. But as soon as something happened with a black person, we need racial justice.
Yep.
And then when you look into these, when you look further into these run-ins with police officers where shootings happen, most of them are found to be justified because most of the people killed by police officers are armed.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you getting these stats from? And people like to say, oh, well, he was unarmed. Just because somebody is unarmed doesn't mean they can't be dangerous. I've seen plenty of people beat the fuck out of police officers, knock them out unconscious, take their gun, take their car. That type of shit happens.
Yep. Yep. I mean, you can look up montages of cops being shot at just traffic stops.
Exactly. Exactly. And the crazy part about it, I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'm gonna let you finish it off. I've seen people post up videos of police officers getting shot, saying, like a mockery towards police officers. When you do shit like that, you just proving the point of why police officers shoot first and ask questions later when somebody acting stupid.
Yep.
That's all you really doing. You're just proving our point.
Yep.
But go ahead.
So I'm reading about it right now, and so BLM, they're calling it a racial movement. I mean, it's all finances. I'm reading it right now. It says that Black Lives Matter movement says it took in just over $90 million last year, according to the financial snapshot shared exclusively with the Associated Press. And then the foundation said it committed $21.7 million in grant funding to official and unofficial BLM chapters, as well as 30 Black-led local organizations. Right?
They shall say that.
That's not.
Hold on.
That's not $90 million.
Say that last part again. They did what?
They got $90 million and donated 21.7 million.
Mm.
That's how much they donated to Black-led organizations and unofficial BLM chapters and whatnot.
Okay.
That this was a money-making scheme. But let's put it where it is.
Mm.
It was meant to make money. Why was it that every other fucking 16-year-old white girl on Instagram was posting how to donate to BLM? I mean, if you really want something good on it, Glenn Beck did an amazing deep dive into their finances, really following the money trail and just how corrupt it really is. So I'm not going to go into that much. My only point is that this had nothing to do with racism. All they had to do was scream about it, and it triggered enough people to get it up and moving. And that's all it was. And in my opinion, it was entirely luck, because they tried to do the exact same thing with Ahmaud Arbery. They wanted him to be the martyr. They wanted him to be this guy. He was just running and he was black and he got shot. No, he had just robbed a house.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
He just robbed a house, and some guys who were ex-police, they weren't even actively police, called the real police and proceeded to follow him. When he rushed a man with a shotgun, he was then shot.
Yep.
Now, I don't think those guys should have approached him with a shotgun. I don't think they should have had guns at all. Well, I think it's okay that they had guns. I just don't like that they had their guns drawn and whatnot. Absolutely did not need to follow him with a shotgun.
Right.
Having a pistol in your hand, or on you, totally fine. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
He also should not have rushed the man with the shotgun. It never ends well. Just in my experience, when you rush somebody and they have a shotgun, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna die.
Right.
Like, and I get it's a fight or flight instinct and whatnot, but it doesn't matter. So those guys made a bad call. And you know what? It ended up in somebody being dead, and I'm pretty sure both of them are in jail. Right? And they wanted to say that was the ultimate racist thing and this, that, and the other. It's like, oh, no. I mean, he did just rob a house, and these guys watched him do it and then called the police. I don't know many people who commit a hate crime after calling the police, telling them they're going to do that.
Exactly. And it's almost like it's almost like they need this. All of these pro-black groups, organizations, podcasts, hosts, whoever, all these motherfuckers need situations like this so they can keep running the show. That's why every situation they come across that goes left for a black person, who almost every time it happens is committing a crime or or had the police call them or whatever.
Mhm.
They don't look into the facts. They ignore what the person did to have the police call on them in the first place, and they just skip straight to the racism, straight to the rhetoric, straight to the bullshit, straight to the I keep telling you this country's racist, just like LeBron fucking James. Oh, I'm telling you, black people, we are scared. We are terrified. What the fuck are you terrified of? You make millions of fucking dollars. What are you terrified of? Really? Really?
Yep.
And
So
these same motherfuckers keep coming out saying the same shit every fucking year, and black people keep falling for it, especially. And then white people that's on the left as well make it no better. These motherfuckers are bowing down, kissing their feet, doing all types of stupid shit, perpetuating this fucking behavior. It's almost like when we were looking at the Ku Klux Klan videos, and he said something about taking down our statues and stuff like that. It's almost like this statue right here of George Floyd, they're trying to replace. It's almost like black people, these pro-black groups and the Democrats are trying to replace white supremacy with black supremacy. That's what it seems like
absolutely,
to
they're
me.
trying to that. That's why people view reverse racism as something that's righteous when
Right.
it's not. It's just racism with a flavor word in front of it. That's all it is.
Exactly.
And which is weird when you look on the conservative side when we are considered racist for just believing that you need to stop blaming everything on racism and we need to stop looking at it like that. We need to look at it from a logical point of view. We need to look at it from not a racial point of view, while the left wants to make everything about race. And I
Exactly.
wanted to take this opportunity to plug something. So there's an artist out there. He's an independent hip hop artist. His name is Tom McDonald. Have you heard of him?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Know exactly who
So
you.
he made a song right in the middle of 2020 called No Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you heard this song, but for anybody who hasn't heard it, I have the lyrics pulled up in front of me, and it's something here that I find very interesting. It says, pull fake news all over our screens, convincing the right to go fight with the left and distract from the facts that it's each other we need. Divided by race and religion, segregated into teams. You're a white supremacist. If you're not, I guess you're Antifa. And it does rhyme in there. I'm just bad at reading. Uh, so so he says here another one. He says Black Lives Matter is a valuable movement, but all lives matter ain't racist or stupid. It's not black humans who don't feel included. Um, all colors fall under laws that govern the whole country, and we all suffer. We're all broke, and nobody recovers until we accept that we're all brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Which I want you to tell me in there. What did he say that was bad?
He didn't say anything bad, and this
Exactly. But
like
people hate him for this song.
it's almost like people hate them. It's like how they try to say, well, you using all lives matter as a counter to black lives matter, but if black lives
Yes.
matter and we're saying all lives matter, wouldn't that include black lives? You are the
Yep.
motherfucking one that's excluding black people from
You
all
put a
lives.
color in front of it. Yeah.
You're the one
You're the
that's excluding.
yeah. It's crazy. Where is it? We watch the news and it fills up our brains with violence and riots and race. Like this is a race war. You need to hate more. Get what you came for.
Mm-hmm.
Which just think about it. That song, this song is perfect. I like his songs mainly because I enjoy Tom McDonald's songs. He's a very good artist in my opinion. But this song specifically is so it really pushes that point, right? It is so accurate, and he did such a good job of capsulating the essence of what this is, and it's just I just don't understand how somebody can look at this and say it's bad. Here's the one that I thought was the most accurate out of all of it. This is what I wanted to finish up on. The music we love make us dumb and addicted. The news that we watch is brainwashing the children. The virus and riots and racist conditions ain't problems, they're symptoms of life in this system.
Mm.
Which is 100% accurate
Yep.
if you really look at that. And the way he the way he capsulated that, it is the racist conditions. He's not saying racism as a whole. The racist conditions, which is what they're trying to prove with cops, they're not problems. They're just something that was made up.
Yep.
And that's entirely accurate. And when you look at a lot of these shootings and whatnot, like we were saying, like with Ahmaud Arbery and where Rayshard Brooks and a couple of the other ones, because all the names tend to bleed together. Ma'Khia Bryant was one of the bigger ones recently.
Yeah.
You look at all of these things, and you go, that wasn't racist. And if you're looking at it from logic, that's what you'll say. Even with things like Ma'Khia Bryant, oh, they shot a 16-year-old girl who was stabbing someone else,
Right.
shot mid stab. That the man who shot her shouldn't even be on leave, shouldn't go to prison, nothing like that. I don't care what LeBron James says. That man deserves a sharpshooting medal. That's all he gets, right? That's what I'd give him, because damn, that was a good shot. Like, it's sad that somebody had to die. But if I have to pick between the person stabbing somebody else and the person getting stabbed, I'm going to pick the person stabbing somebody else because they have forfeited their right to live.
Yep.
Right? I think Steven Crowder puts it the best with forfeit your right to live, not deserve to die. Nobody deserves to die unless our judicial system shows that. That's why we have death row.
Right.
But when you forfeit your right to live, when you break into somebody's house, when you attack somebody with a knife, when you knock a cop out, when you fuck around at a traffic stop, when you try to drive over a cop, like all of these things. And I'm not even gonna lie, I am myself. I'm not even ethnic, and what I look at from all this, here's what I took out of this whole BLM thing. I didn't take out of it racism. I took out of it a cop's job is a lot harder than I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I took out of it. So for me, I got pulled over a couple months ago. And all I did, pulled over on the side of the road. I immediately turned my dome light on because it was nighttime.
Right.
Opened up my glove box. Just opened it. I didn't pull anything out or anything because I didn't know if he wanted me to. But I just opened up my glove box and rolled my windows down, shut my car off, and everything was good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he comes up and he's no longer worried, right? My car isn't running. He can see inside my car, right? He can see me clearly, and then both hands on the wheel. That's all you need to do. And it just amazes me how people can genuinely not even consider that that's maybe something you should do. And then I see you're pulling up Jay Park. I also have a thing from BuzzFeed open here that I wanted to run through just because I think they're stupid and it's kind of funny to listen to.
No, yeah, I'm listening. I was just pulling this up because what you're saying about the racism and what the rapper we was talking about that's gonna lead in right into this. But go ahead, bro. I'm listening.
Yeah, but that was mainly my point, is that everybody should have a takeaway from BLM.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the everything that happened with that, everybody should have a takeaway from all of that crap. And it's not racism. The takeaway isn't racism. The takeaway is a cop's job is harder than it looks. And you're really, even if you want to try and claim that you're an expert on it and that you want to be perfect at it and you want to have perfect a world where all our cops are completely flawless and cannot do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, then we as a society need to understand that their job is really fucking hard.
Right.
And that we need to help them. And in my case, my way of doing that is thanking cops that I see out there. I literally stopped a cop. I looked like a total dumbass walking up a Starbucks drive-through because I saw a police car. And I walked up and asked him if I could pay for his coffee. And that was it. And it's little things like that. We need to show them that they're not the enemy. Because once you make them the enemy, you make things like the couple of sheriff deputies that were shot in California.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You make that okay, where people just drive up, execute cops, and leave. I know that happened again a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
So it is just ridiculous.
And the crazy part about it is that these cops, The sad part about these assassinations on police officers is that these people got families. They probably have no fucking clue why people hate them. And I'm talking about, just imagine being an individual, right? A cop. And this is why, real quick, this is why I don't like this identity politics bullshit, because a lot of it is they're speaking in general. They don't talk about specifics. It's like, it's almost like this: everybody has to be held accountable for everybody else's bullshit. So when you talk about something like police officers, they say all cop, like they got a cab, all cops are bad. All cops are bad, really? How is that? So what about the police officer that does his job or her job every day? He or she doesn't have a record of shooting
Or
somebody,
goes
or doesn't have a record of being a crooked cop. Don't you know? Here's the fucked up part: there's a lot of black police officers out there that are crooked as fuck. And you know what's crazy? When these people get arrested and they get time, you know what black people say, bro? They say if he was white, he would have got less time. What?
Mhm.
I don't understand. But my point that I'm trying to make is, we got this identity politic bullshit going on with the media, where they only speak in general. Imagine being an individual police officer. You know, you do your job every day. You have a family, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody walks up to your police car and shoots you in your fucking head. All because of the bullshit that's going on around on the news about police being bad and how cops are racist. You have no clue what the fuck these people are talking about. They're throwing water on you. They're calling you pig, calling you racist, calling you a murderer. And then all of a sudden, one day, somebody walks up to your police car and shoots you in your fucking head, and you've done nothing but try to do your job to your best ability every day. So now you can't go home to your family. Your son or your daughter and your wife don't have you to take care of them anymore. Imagine that shit. And these politicians that's in these democratic cities, running these democratic states, are perpetuating the shit. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, Lori Lightfoot. Who's the fucking mayor of Oregon? What's the idiot's name? Uh Ted Wheeler.
Oh, Portland, yeah.
That fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's an idiot too. Along with our lovely governor. Um, the point here is, when you think of an officer and you think about, every single time we hear about these officer casualties, there are people like Ann Dorn who are left behind,
Mhm.
who had a good cop as a spouse, and she happened to also be a cop.
Right.
But in this case, she was also the spouse of one, and she lost him in an unjustified bullshit riot that
Mhm.
had no reason to be going on, and all he wanted to do was help. That's, believe it or not, the majority of cops. I would go to say the majority, but at the very least, a plurality of cops
Mhm.
are out there to make a difference, are
Yep.
out there to help people. What was the name of the guy with Mike Brown?
Uh
What was the name
uh
of the officer?
Darren Wilson.
Darren Wilson. He requested to be in the community that he was in so he could help it. That's what he wanted. He knew it had a higher minority thing, but that didn't matter to him. He saw that there was a lot of crime going on there. He saw that it was a poor neighborhood. He saw that it was, in general, bad, and he wanted to go in and help. He didn't go in thinking, I want to shoot black people. Otherwise, he would have done a lot more,
Now that's
right?
what I'm saying. Hold on, real quick. You just made a good fucking point. If this shit was really going on at the rate that a lot of these people say that it is, do you think there would be black people out here that's actually getting on our podcast, getting on our blogs, telling you that you're full of shit? If this was
Yep.
really going on at a high rate, I drive to work every fucking day, Monday through Friday. I have yet to get purposely pulled over by a police officer, pulled out my motherfucking car and got the shit beat out of me. And I had tickets out the wazoo since 2017. I'm just now getting my tickets taken care of. I've never not once got pulled out of my vehicle and got the shit beat out of me by a police officer. My why? Because I complied every time. So if it was really happening at a high rate that a lot of these motherfuckers like to claim, there wouldn't there be a lot more reports out there? Wouldn't there be a lot more police officers being sued? The only time you motherfuckers want to come out and sue is when Ben Crump bring his funky ass on camera and makes a big deal out of it. And then a lot of the times that these black people are being killed by police officers, like what's the guy's name who accidentally got shot by the lady cop? She thought she had the
I
taser.
don't know his name, but I know what you're talking about the
Uh,
taser
Dante Wright,
situation.
that's his name. That
Is
fucking
that his
idiot
name?
has warrants for his arrest for pistol whipping a girl and taking $800 from her. He has multiple gun offenses on his record. He was actually in the car that he was in the day he got killed because he was getting ready to leave the state to avoid being arrested. Why the fuck do you think he tried to jump in the damn car and leave? Yes,
Yep.
the officer made a mistake and shot him. But if he had not been a fuck boy, he wouldn't have got shot. Matter of fact, he
Well, here's
wouldn't
the other
have
thing.
put himself in that situation to be shot.
Here's the other thing. With that situation specifically, when you look at what actually happened, my problem isn't with the fact that he was shot. I feel like if he was shot, it would not have mattered either way because in that case, I would have considered it justified because a car, believe it or not, can kill people. Happens a lot. Vehicular manslaughter is a thing. Regardless, um, my problem is with the incompetent police officer who didn't know they were holding the firearm.
Mhm.
That's where my problem is. And you watch and you can see that person is a danger, not just, in my opinion, we're lucky that she killed Dante Wright and not somebody who only needed to be tased. Right? In this situation, Dante Wright could have been tased and it would have been fine. Right?
Mhm.
But he also could have been shot and it also would have been fine. Obviously, we want to go for the result that doesn't end in a life being lost. But in this situation, that shooting would have been justified. The problem is with the fact that she didn't know what she was doing.
And to be honest, I don't feel so. To be honest, I mean, even though she made a mistake, I'm not gonna big her up because she actually didn't mean to do it, and that's fine. But I honestly don't feel sorry for dude at all. I don't give a fuck
Nope.
because obviously, I put it like this: um, natural selection was working that day because anybody who can commit the type of crimes that he was committing, good riddance. I don't feel
On
sorry
top of that, we
for him.
also get rid of an incompetent cop at the same time.
I don't even
Two for one.
to be honest, I mean, I feel like the cop should be suspended. Should she lose her job? In my opinion, I don't think so. I feel like I don't give a fuck about the Dante Wright guy. I'm just gonna be honest. Because these criminals get away with a lot of shit. Speaking of vehicular manslaughter, there was a situation that happened in New York where guys pulled up on a block, shot up a whole, I think it was a party or a house or wherever the fuck, um, drove off to try to get away. And in the process of trying to get away, they ran over a 1 year old child in the stroller.
Yep.
So I don't feel sorry for the guy, to be honest.
No, I don't feel sorry for him either.
Like,
I just feel like it was a two bird, one stone situation.
yeah, you feel that, and that's cool. I don't. I think the cop should get her job back, to be honest. I feel like she should be
I
suspended.
think she's actually in jail.
I don't think she should, yeah, I don't think she deserved that.
I don't think she deserves jail for sure, but
Suspension, okay, whatever. You fucked up. You need some more training, whatever. But to be honest, I don't think I wouldn't have did
I would
anything.
just
Um,
I would have just said you're not a cop. Sorry.
I'm way y'all been motherfuckers is lucky. I'm not no damn police commissioner. Because a lot of this shit could be avoided if we just stop pretending like the crime in our neighborhoods is going on, and that we don't let the police do their job. What the fuck do you think is going to happen if we keep nagging the police about about doing their job? Just like the other day, they suspended or fired a guy for controlling a riot. He pushed this lady down with his baton. They said it was an assault, and to me, assault with the baton would be, beating the shit out of somebody with the baton, like actually hitting the person with the baton in the head, or causing some damage, like Rodney King or something. And it wasn't even that. He just two-handed. He was holding it with two hands on each side, and pushed the person on the ground, and then pushed her again while she was on the ground, or he or she, whoever the hell it was. In my opinion, that's not assault. You motherfuckers out here rioting and looting, and they come to calm that shit down because you want to act stupid. And then right after that situation, I think the whole riot squad quit or something. Did you hear about that? Might have been. I think that was up
What?
there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
In Oregon, I think our whole
Oh,
riot
okay.
squad.
Yeah. 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 That's in Oregon. I knew it was up there where you was at. Ridiculous.
Portland, I think. Who would
Ridiculous.
have thought Portland would do it? But yeah, it's too much. When you get to the point where everything a cop does is wrong and everything a criminal does is right, you end up with improper judgment calls. You end up with riots for no reason. You end up with all of this stupid crap that doesn't need to happen.
Right.
And that is the important part of this. Really, it is. The important part is understanding what is in, what is happening and what is not happening. BLM wants to tell you that it's all due to racism, while you and I are sitting here trying to tell you no, these people are being stupid.
And speaking,
Right?
yeah. And speaking of that, real quick, BLM. BLM, their whole shtick is they want to end racism. Let's get into this next part because that's because to me, this right here with the J part, I never heard of this guy until I looked at this article. Never heard of him. Never knew who he was. I didn't even know he was signed to Jay-Z until just now. Okay. How in the fuck are black people going to claim that other races are racist, but we won't even allow people to, I guess, partake in our culture? What did Jay Park do so bad that people are saying that he's cultural appropriating? I mean, I don't know. Maybe we need to watch one of these. Have you looked into this, bro?
I mean, I'm reading it right now, and I don't know anything about the song. Apparently, the specifically people are angry about a song called DNA, and I don't know anything about it. I have not listened to it. All that I have no idea. But what I'm reading here is in his response to the DNA remix video, he also addressed the blowback about Korean rappers having dreadlocks. Do I think it's okay for Korean rappers to have dreads? I might not necessarily agree with it, but who am I to say don't do that? He said. What is wrong with that statement?
Who the fuck?
That is the most fence sitting. The fence is so far up his ass he can taste it with that opinion. Like, I just don't understand how you could read that and go, man, I just can't believe he said that. Yeah, I mean, Crowder did an episode yesterday. I'm sorry, Dave Landau did an episode of Crowder yesterday, where they made the same kind of joke about the controversy with the one female soccer player. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
The Meghan Markle, I think her name is. I don't know. Stupid bitch. I don't like her.
Yeah.
Apparently, she tweeted something about like Asians having small eyes, and it just I just don't get it. And here's another one. There was no apology in what Jay Park said. It was just excuses. He didn't listen to what people were saying about how harmful his actions are and only focused on the fact that people are hating on him. Well, yeah, the whole internet's attacking this guy for no reason.
I and here's my thing.
I don't get it.
Here's my thing. If we're talking about him appropriating black culture, did anybody have any backlash for the Wu-Tang Clan when their whole image was kung fu and Chinese culture, ancient Chinese culture. Hell, RZA, the leader of the Wu Tang, did a whole fucking movie in ancient China. The man with the bronze arms, or whatever the fuck it was called. One of their members is called Golden Arms, which is a Chinese kung fu flick. So, does anybody look at the type of uh or does anybody look at other people and say the same thing when black people do it? I mean, black women walk around with blind weave all the time, wearing another racist hair on their head. Do we talk
Mm-hmm.
about that? Do we talk about
I do
that?
want to point out real quick this song that Jay Park made, the DNA remix, is entirely in Korean. Or at least I think it's Korean. He's Korean, so I'm assuming he's rapping in Korean, but I can't understand a word he says because he's speaking a different language.
So his song is in
Just,
Korean.
just
So what is it? Okay, what is it about? What is it about his
so what
song
culture
that's
is he
cultural?
appropriating?
Right. Is it okay? Is it the sunglasses, the tattoos? Let's look at the damn. We're gonna do a video reaction today, folks. I gotta see
Live
the
reaction.
I gotta do this shit. I gotta. We're gonna do a music video reaction right here. I gotta see the shit because I
He
don't know.
does have a Vivo, but it's not real, I don't think.
It's more. It's more video reactions than it is of his actual damn video.
The only one I can find that looks accurate is the one I first started listening to.
Oh boy.
Yeah, DNA remix.
They shadow banned the hell out of him. I wonder if he took the damn song down.
No, I'm listening to it right now.
Oh yeah, oh, okay.
Scroll down a little bit, you'll find it.
Um, let's see here.
You've gone too far down, my friend. You're seeing stuff uploaded 2 years ago.
I don't see it. I don't see the
Go
damn
ahead and click home.
home
Scroll down just a little bit there.
music videos
More. See the albums and singles?
right
The
here.
first one. That's what I think they're bitching about because that's the one I saw on Listen. 너무저를 다시 일어나 정말이지 내가 죽기 전에 미리 같이 사진부터 찍어놔 I stand on my 10 toes 두 다리가 여러 명 기둥이 되었지 머릿속 게을리 움직인다고 생각하면 시스템에 오르나 So the lines when I got in my chest Morals and principles coming for checks 가득 뚜려 해도 탈출했지 노래 듣기 전에 나서 내게 death 매년 판을 벌려 다시 기록 세워 나는 착한 사람 욕심 통장 채워 한국인 피가 흘러 절대 안 굽혀
I don't even know. I mean, to be honest, I don't understand nothing he's saying, but it sounds pretty dope to me.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bad song. I can't understand a word he's saying, but it's
But
not
it
bad.
is not a bad song though. I think this the video right here, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Okay, this is the video, I think. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so starting off, I'm not gonna lie. This fucking song is dope. Like I don't see nothing wrong with the song in general. But but let's see what they're talking about. Cultural appropriating.
Well, here's my thing that I don't like about this
Okay.
from the start. Look at what he's promoting. Just look at that.
What is it?
The only guy that I would want to like see on the street out of all these people is the dude in the white to his right.
Oh yeah, I get it. But this is my thing. This is what people got to understand. This is a music video, right? He's a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to I don't know what he's talking about, but maybe what he's talking about kind of matches the image that they're taking in this video. But I see what you're saying. But here's my problem with this whole cultural appropriating thing. If this is what you motherfuckers are mad about, just like you said the only person you will want to see is this guy right here in the white. Why are we protecting this image as black people in the first place? If this is what we're upset about, him appropriating.
Exactly. This is what you want. You want to say this is ours.
This is
right?
ours. Right.
If you want to say the music, the style of music is ours. The like things like the blues, those are ours. If you want to say anything else, then fine. But if what you are angry about is this image here, you're a fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot.
Why is this what you want to be you? This is you now, okay? Oh, that's how I'm gonna understand it. If that's what you're gonna say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking idiots.
Even
That's
if
what
they,
angers me.
even if they say the music is ours, like first of all, you complain about not being accepted in this country, but then you get upset when other people are partaking in the type of music that we created. I mean, isn't that the whole goal? The goal of creating a culture is to make other people partake in it. That's the goal. So I don't understand what the problem is. Hip hop is the most influential
And
music
and
genre in the United States. Fuck, around the world right now. There's UK rappers, German rappers, Afghanistanian rappers.
yeah, UK rap is one of the whitest things I've ever seen, and it's
You,
hilarious.
come on. You got to be fucking kidding me. There's a genre of music in Chicago called drill music, which is, in my opinion, the reason why a lot of the fucking murders and shit is going on, because it talks about murder, killing, and all that other shit. But anyway, in the UK, they now have UK drill rap and they come from the United States. Rap
Yep.
is one of the biggest influential music genres in the world. Period. Of course, you're gonna have people like uh Jay Park. Of course. Who the fuck do you think he's influenced by? You're upset because he's influenced by the music you created. Motherfucker, you should be happy. You bitch and moan about not being accepted, but then when somebody accepts it and say, hey, I'm influenced by this, you get upset when they start portraying the type of image and the type of music that you put forth. And then on top of that, like we said before, This is what you protecting.
And here's the thing that upsets me as well is that, I mean, so in this song, I'm reading the English translation of it. In this song, he says, "We're the same humans, same people. Tupac Amarita." He compares himself to Tupac a lot, which I mean, he's probably not as good as Tupac, but uh, in here he says, "I may seem flashy, but my mind is in the ghetto, ghetto, ghetto." And it's like, again, is that what you want to say is cultural appropriation? Only black people can be in the ghetto?
Only black people, right?
Like, is that what you want? If that is what you want, then fine, just say it. But I don't. Everything here is talking about what he says here is rap, hip hop, and whatnot. They really pushed him to do better in life.
What's
and in this song, he's thanking his DNA because he says, "In my DNA, I am black." Or no, he says, "I've got black in my blood," or something like that. Where does he say it? But it's that kind of point where it's like, what's bad about that?
Nothing.
Yeah, look at my blood. It's probably black. Is one of the lines in his second verse. It looks like
he's pandering to you motherfuckers, in my opinion.
He's pandering, but I mean he's pandering in Korean, and I don't know many black people who speak Korean. But anyway, the point is, look at what these people made. It really inspired me to do great things. Look at what I'm doing.
Exactly.
He's appreciating these people.
Exactly.
This is appreciation. You can call it appropriation. I think they're the same thing, to be honest. But it's the thing of just listen to him. He says, "Mom and Dad, thanks for the DNA." Like, he's so happy about his DNA because his DNA is, he feels like he's part black. And because of that, he feels like rap has really helped influence him. Which to me is stupid. I think rap can influence anybody. But he's appreciating you. It's basically a thank you letter to rap. And a thank you letter to his DNA for helping him be good at this kind of stuff.
And he probably,
that's what he's doing here.
In black in my DNA is probably a metaphor, because I know some rappers use shit like that to say a metaphor. Like, I'm a rapper. It's probably like, I rap so good. It's probably black in my DNA. He probably saying something like that. But
yeah, that's likely what he's doing. But even if that is what he's saying, well, black people tend to be good at this.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't see a problem with that.
I don't see a problem with that. But see, the problem is these motherfuckers they're not, I don't think they're concerned with the lyrics though. When I hear cultural appropriation, I think they're concerned with the image. They're concerned with the clothes they're wearing, how they're.
Now I'm not sure if this is copyrighted or not, so let's just skip into it a little bit rather than listening to the song.
That's why I paused it. Yeah, that's why I was
gonna say, I don't know if this is copyrighted or not, so let's not watch too much of it.
Yeah, that's why I paused. I mean, it like that, so we don't get fucking copyrighted.
The only nicely dressed guy, but he's also does he have an arm cast?
Yeah, he got an arm.
Or is his arm? So he's disabled as well. Are they appropriating disabled people?
I don't know what the fuck. Is it the chains?
Likely, yeah. I think it's the dreads and the chains and whatnot. I think that's the problem. I think, but I mean, black people didn't invent chains.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck why they're mad. You could be mad at how they dress. You can get mad how they do whatever. You get mad at whatever the fuck they do. Doesn't matter. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They can dress however they want to dress, wear whatever type of hairstyle they want to wear. And guess what? You ain't going to do shit about it because they people going to support them. They rapping in fucking.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand a motherfucking thing they saying. So the music ain't for you anyway. They have an audience. Black people, you ain't the motherfucking audience. I don't even know how the fuck any of y'all even heard about him, because I sure the fuck didn't. I think you
I still can barely remember his name, and we're watching his video.
You're right. You motherfuckers are just you're not pandering, nitpicking, looking for shit. And then on top of that, here's the crazy part about it, bro. He signed to fucking Jay-Z.
Yep.
Jay-Z, one of the biggest.
So clearly Jay-Z didn't care.
The biggest rap artist, black rap artist in the game, and you gonna call him out for culture appropriating, but guess who his boss is? So clearly, it doesn't even matter. You know what Jay-Z would say? Fuck them, make your money.
Likely, yeah. It's that kind of point where, in the end, who the fuck cares?
Who cares?
Let him do his thing. In the end, don't try and. This is the problem with the cancel mob, where people go out and they're like, "Oh, we have to cancel him because he's appropriating black culture. We have to." I mean, look at that lady with the word "happy" on her fucking sweatshirt, or I don't even know. That is the most South Korean thing I have ever seen.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. How many rap videos do you see with a motherfucker wearing a happy shirt, unless they one of those weird rappers? Because let's be honest, the weird rappers have their own genre, their own subgenre of rap. Black people, most black people would say those are some weird motherfuckers. We don't listen to them. They'd be like, only white people listen to them. I've heard this before. People like Tyler the Creator, Chance the Rapper,
yeah, I don't know. I've heard of these people, but I don't know them.
These guys aren't gangster rappers. You understand what I'm saying? They're gangster rap is the popular rap because it's ignorant shit, and black people love ignorant shit. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm on here with my white friend Matthew, but I'm not going to hold back just because he's sitting right here.
I didn't say you did. I don't give a shit.
I'm not. If just saying, bro.
I agree. I think that there's a lot of ignorance in a lot of our gangster rap and whatnot. And I don't personally listen to any of that crap. I'm, just me. But you need to have, regardless of the message of your music. I mean, clearly his message isn't bad. Like, again, I went through the lyrics. He's thanking these people. He's thanking.
Yeah, it's not the lyrics. It's not the lyrics, bro.
So is it just how he looks?
It's how
because he looks very Asian.
The whole video looks
very Asian.
Thank you. I don't understand. Or is it the chain? You think black people are the only people that can wear motherfucking chains, sir, ma'am, bro?
I think it's honestly the dreads. I think it's the fact that he's got braids. And they did the same thing to Tom McDonald. I mean, hell, look up. Have you seen an image of Tom McDonald ever?
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah.
He looks crazy.
He looks crazy. He tatted, he all that. But guess what? Here's the part that fucks me over. You black women wear hair like this all day. It ain't your hair, but you wear hair like this Asian lady to the right. Blonde, straight. Do we say that you're culture appropriating, ma'am? Come on. I don't understand. Is it what is it? The hat? Is it the Scully? Is it the Scully? What is it? Is it because they got cars in their video?
I call it a beanie.
Beanie, Scully, whatever. Is it because they got hats on? What is it? Is it because he got a Dickie suit on? Is it because they got tattoos? These, hold on. The fucking hairstyle, right? The hairstyle I just saw.
I honestly think that that's what people are angry about. The dreads.
Jeremy Lin, that's to me. Jeremy Lin started wearing that. The Asian basketball player. He was the first Asian dude I saw with that. How do you know that he's not copying off of him? Look at her. Look at her. Because what was it? It's because she hitting the Millie Rock. Is it because she Millie rocking? You think Koreans don't listen to rap music? Wait a minute. You know what's crazy? Some of you motherfuckers listen to K-pop. So
Yeah.
I don't understand. Is it culture appropriating? Because I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Dude, K-pop
I
is a
don't.
form of pop. I don't know where pop was originally created at, but we don't say they're appropriating our culture. The people who created pop don't say they're appropriating their culture. So why the fuck is black people the only people that got a problem with other people rapping? I don't get it. I don't.
Well, my whole thing is look at it this way. We watched those videos on the Klan, right?
Mhm.
And one of the things JD said was, or whatever that guy's name was it JD we watched? I don't know. One of the things he said was, um, that he's a separatist,
Yeah.
and that he wants the races to be separate. Why is it? Why do we care about cultural appropriation when that's just mixing culture?
Right.
What bad thing can come out of mixing culture?
When we live in one of the most diverse countries in the world. Of
It's the
course.
great melting pot.
Exactly. You know what's crazy? Somebody that I know from the Philippines asked me when I first started talking to her, asked me, what is America's culture? And I couldn't answer that, right?
Freedom.
And but you know what's crazy? After I thought about it for a minute, I'm like, you know what? Our culture is pretty much everybody's fucking culture. Anybody's
Our culture is the freedom to practice whatever culture you want,
exactly,
however you want.
exactly.
That's
Every
our culture is liberty. Our culture is freedom.
free
Our culture
our culture
is
is
being allowed to. I know it sounds stupid to say freedom, motherfucker. That's our culture, but here the thing is that is true. Our culture is freedom. Our culture is being allowed to do
to do
whatever
whatever the
the
fuck.
fuck you want.
Because guess what? And I told her like this. Not only do we get cultures from other people who come from different countries here, because if you go to Virginia, there's a whole strip in Virginia with Filipino restaurants. You understand what I'm saying? But not
Yep.
only do we have countries,
One of the biggest Chinese restaurants that I know of is in fucking Hollywood,
yeah,
right on the walk, right?
right. And not only is our culture based off of everybody that brings something to the table in the United States, but every state has their own culture as well. You're not gonna
Yeah, they all
go
got their own
to
shit.
you're not gonna go to a different state and see the same type of culture. There's different shit everywhere,
Always.
everywhere. So, like you
And it
said,
was based
freedom.
off the freedom to do that. So that's always my answer when somebody asks, what is the US's culture?
Yeah.
Freedom.
Yep.
It's the freedom to not have to deal with other, and I'm not saying that there are people who can't practice other cultures, but at least in the US it isn't weird. Like if you were French and you practiced Italian culture, you'd be considered weird.
Weird,
In
right?
the US, if you're French and you practice Italian culture, nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody cares.
Right? Italian culture is huge out on the East Coast. I know that for sure. Out here on the West Coast, Asian culture is huge. Hispanic culture is huge down south.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
you have even fucking French Canadians. The French Canadians have their own like little subsection with the fucking uh, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Louisiana people. I think they're in Louisiana now. Fucking Cajuns, right?
Yep.
Like they're everywhere. We have a shit ton of cultures. They all have their own little subsections, but it doesn't matter at all. Every single one of those groups that I just named, I have met somebody who practices something within that culture, and and I've never even batted an eye about it until I actually start to think about it. And I go, oh wow, they actually practice more of a Cajun kind of thing. Oh wow, that guy ate dinner like an Italian, but I didn't even realize when I sat down to eat dinner with him.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, this is just normal because we're all free to do whatever the fuck we want.
And
And if he wants to eat like that, then fine.
and to be honest, a lot of our cultures really aren't that much different if you look at it. I mean, there's like different aspects of it. Of course, it's like some differences, but it's really not that much of a difference when you think about it. When you look deeper into it, it's really the same, which is why a lot of us have no problem with sitting down with somebody from a different background and having a meal or having a talk. You understand what I'm saying? But the problem with
Yeah.
black people is what is our culture? What is black people culture? What is
I
it?
can tell you what it used to be. It used to be family values. It used to be caring. It used to be staying in the home. It used to be whatnot. All these things, and then fucking Democrats bought them
Yep.
and told them that everything was against them
And now our
and said that
culture
everything was bad.
and now our culture is stupid shit. You're mad because he probably we're going to look at real quick before we wrap up because I know we short on time right now, but
Yeah.
we're going to look at some of these reaction videos really and just get a glimpse of what they're talking about because we could be wrong. We probably looking at some small shit, but if I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken, they're mad about an image. They're mad because he has tattoos on his chest. They're mad because his pants are baggy. They're mad because he don't have a shirt on under his jacket, and they're probably mad because he got chains and like you said earlier because of his braids. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet my check on that. So we've seen it. I don't think it's a bad song. I think the song is pretty dope. I might add it to my playlist, even though I don't understand the motherfucking thing he's saying. But
He's got a good beat. I'll give him that.
yeah,
He's got a good beat.
beat is nice, and he signed to one of my favorite rappers. Even though Jay-Z is a dickhead when it comes to politics, I still love his music. But anyway, and I
You can be a
noticed that
total dumbass and make good music.
I noticed that it's a lot of black women that's mad. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And a lot of these
There you
guys,
go.
these mixed guys. He's dancing though. He seems like he likes the song. But anyway, I want to see No Longer a Fan, right? Let's look at this. Let's look at this fucking stupid shit. Oh man. By the way, real quick before I start this video. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel and get you some merch from the ECT Vision store. We got a
Which is,
couple
I
things.
believe it's ectvision.store, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
See right
yes,
there.
sir. Yes,
ecvision.store.
get you some merch. I got this shirt coming in pretty soon. American Horror Story. Cancel Race Hustlers. If y'all don't know what a race hustler is, we talking about people like uh, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. Most recently, what's the fucking guy's name? Jesse Smouye, and people like
Yeah.
that who like the race
Jesse Smollett.
hustle. So yeah,
Yep.
Juicy Smouye in the words of Dave Chappelle. But let's get this going. Let's get this going. Okay. So this video was called "Let's Talk About Jay Park." DNA remakes, cultural appropriation, gaslighting. He's accused of gaslighting the fucking nerve of these people, right? And accountability. All right, let's go.
Hip hop culture comes from the States, and if you really love it and all that it's done for you, you should really take the time to study up on it and learn about it. Then you'll have a better understanding of what's insensitive and which lines you shouldn't cross. Does Jay no longer stand behind that statement?
Okay, so I think the problem starting off is he used to be a K-pop singer. I think that's one of the issues that they're having. But who gives
Who
a fuck?
fucking cares? Taylor Swift used to be a country singer. Now she sings pop. Who fucking
Thank,
cares?
thank you, thank you. Who gives a fuck? But let's keep going.
Clearly she does.
Hold on, what'd you say?
Clearly she does. She's the one who gives a fuck here.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Because she's made a video about it.
A whole video, a 21-minute video, right?
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous. It's a 6-minute song.
I just want to skip. Hold on, let's just see. Let's skip some shit because I'm not trying to sit here and watch her bitch and moan. Who is Jay Park? We know Jay Park and Avatar Darko. Let's see this. Let's skip to that part.
Referring to. So the first thing that comes to mind are the comments made by Jay Park and one of his Higher Music artists, Avatar Darko. Avatar Darko is a rapper that was signed to Higher Music. He is white and originally from Estonia and received some backlash due to his locks. Fans accused him of culture.
I told you.
This is dreads.
Told you. Oh my god, fucking idiot. Okay, let's keep going. We gotta pause.
Can I just quickly, real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick before we do this. So I looked up the definition of gaslighting: manipulate by psychological means into questioning their own sanity.
Yeah.
So he is causing people to question their own sanity by having dreads.
Bro, I think this is what I think. This is what I think she's going to say, and we're going to find out. I think she's going to say that what he's doing, he's trying to, like when he said that they hating on me, I think that's what she's going to bring up. I think that's what she's going to bring up in this gaslighting situation. So let's find out.
Cultural appropriation and that his interpretation of hip hop culture was performative. And he responded in, well, a pretty anti-Black way, perpetuating negative stereotypes against Black women. What made matters worse is—
oh, hold on. I gotta see the comeback. I saw cheap ass bundles. Hold on.
well, a pretty anti.
So he said, hey guys, you don't have to online bully me because of my dreads. I'm a nice guy. Hey, and I'm not making fun of some of y'all cheap ass bundle weeds and out of shape ass physiques. That wouldn't be nice of me, right? Spread love. Facts.
Yep. Straight up, you did say it. You said the weeds, man. You brought it up. I'll give you that one.
Thank you, sir. Don't let these motherfuckers scare you into submission. Black women, y'all got way more problems to look into rather than some motherfucking cultural appropriation. Trust me. Because what he said right here, out of shape ass physiques, and notice how at the end she said she know he talking about Black women. 80% of Black women in this country, 80% are either overweight and 80 or obese, and 80% of that is obese. Come on. We have way more problems than worried about some motherfucking cultural appropriation. Really. And he's not lying about the cheap ass bundle weaves. Y'all talk, y'all wear weaves from other people. There's people in other countries cutting their hair off right now, so you can go buy it for $120 and put it in your motherfucking head. Cut it out. Let's keep going though. Because she on some bullshit right now.
And just real quick, since we mentioned the store, I was able to go online and purchase 2 shirts right here. It takes no time at all, guys. Just a couple clicks of a button.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have 2 shirts come in on the 26th.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I bought the goat. Goat's a good one. I like that one.
Absolutely. I got the American Horror Story coming in. Y'all go make sure y'all cop the merch. Make sure y'all cop the merch, man. Yep. We trying to, this is for support for the channel. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 jobs. I don't want to use that money to support the channel because I got bills and stuff. And I got
we've all got our own thing. This money is all, so this money is not going to Khalid or myself. This is going straight to the channel, straight to ECT Vision. What you see, this money right here is going to push into it. This money is going to go straight into it. We're going to buy camera equipment, plane tickets, that kind of stuff to move around, make videos, and whatnot. So if you ever see a video on it, it was likely funded by this or directly from us. It's not This money is not going to us as profit. We're not trying to do that. All we want to do is make good content. We want you guys to get out there and hear it.
Absolutely.
That's the big part of this.
Absolutely. And I'd much rather give you guys something than asking you for
just not just donations. We it's better to buy a service and for us to actually feel like we did something more than just having anonymous like, oh, somebody gave us some money, cool. It's better for you guys to get something out of it in our vision, because even if you don't like what we end up doing, you still got a shirt out of it, right?
Absolutely. And last thing I'm gonna say, put it like this: these motherfucking leftists are walking around with "fuck Donald Trump" shirts on. We gonna let them get away with that? Fuck no. Get you a conservative as fuck t-shirt. Get you an American Horror Story t-shirt. Cancel race hustlers. Get you a goat tee. Come on, man. We gotta do better. Gotta do better. But let's
absolutely. Anyway, so this message is hilarious. I still love this.
Absolutely. This is fucking ridiculous. We're not done.
Perpetuating negative stereotypes against Black women.
Of course, and like I said, she already knew it was about Black women from the jump.
What made matters worse is how Jay chose to respond. Instead of maybe taking Avatar Darko aside and checking him for his comment, Jay took to Instagram as well, comparing using Korean words and liking K-pop to cultural appropriation, if you don't know the history of suffering Koreans went through.
You feel somebody's music.
But that's what you're doing, you fucking idiot.
Oh, thank you. That's exactly what the fuck you're doing. So what the fuck are you talking about? Right. Like I don't understand. Like people, look, y'all, real quick. Y'all always talk about we cuss too much, but do y'all blame us? Look at this stupid shit that we listening to.
See, look, he's making the comparison. He's not saying that you're not allowed to do it. He's saying that you're saying he's not allowed to do something similar. Like, it's not... It isn't a matter of... Oh my god. Can we skip to her final thoughts? I have to hear her wrap up of this video. Just right at the bottom there. 16:18 is where it says.
16
on the chapters down there.
Yeah,
final thoughts.
Let's do it.
I gotta hear what the fuck she has to bitch about at the end here. And we're running out of time, so.
To close, I summed this up as best as I could, but I hope you can see why I no longer support Jay Park. I'm not saying he's a bad person or that he can't grow, but his behavior seems pretty problematic to me, whether he has good intentions or not, and unless he takes accountability and changes, I won't be supporting him. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the situation, so please feel free to comment below. So yeah, that just about sums it up for this video. I just want to end with some closing thoughts. Like I said, my intention is not to send any hate towards Jay Park. This is just something I really wanted to get off my chest because I do see a pattern with Jay Park that I've noticed. He kind of acts in this defensive way anytime he's called out about anything, and I think...
Bitch, you... Hold on. I gotta say
he acts defensive when you fucking attack him. Man, that man I was beating fought back. What a dick. Right?
Look at this, but you got hella Korean.
Yeah, look at her fucking wall. Oh shit. I didn't even see that. I was too... Oh fuck. Her nose is really flat too. I'm sorry, I have to point it out. Her nose is really fucking flat.
She's a fucking idiot. Her face matches what she is, a fucking clown. Fucking clown. Make up everything.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. You gotta be kidding me. You making... Oh my god. I told you they listen to K-pop and she listens to K-pop. I don't support Jay Park anymore, which means you was fucking with him when he was on his K-pop shit. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. Hold on. I gotta
realize this is 5 minutes of her final thoughts.
And if she didn't say there's nothing. Hold on, let's finish it because I could be wrong. Let's finish it.
There might be some deeper issues that he has going on. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, it's not.
Oh, so it might be some deeper issues that he has going on for what? Because he wants to rap. Is that it? What is it? Why are you making him out to be like, oh, he got problems? Because you're upset because he, first of all, he protected his friend, which I was trying to down on the internet, bullying him and shit because he had dreads. You wanted him to pull him to the side and say what exactly? You want him to protect you, but you sit up here making a 21-minute motherfucking video about how he did something wrong. Come on. These people are ridiculous. I gotta hear after this, I gotta hear this part. The backlash, deflecting, and whataboutism. I gotta hear that. What mukbang rematch, disrespectful lyrics towards Islam. Bro, I think we should have watched this whole motherfucking video. She went into some shit.
We might need to do a reaction on just to this
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, we might have to. We might have to do a reaction to this fucking video.
Let's save it. I think we save it and we do that. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, we're gonna do. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, save the link to this video. What is it called? Let's talk about J Park. Yeah, we'll go through. We'll watch this whole thing like we did with the clan video, and we'll give our input as we go through. Yeah, I mean, I know if we do it now, it's gonna be an 8-hour episode because she's an idiot.
Ridiculous.
We're gonna have to. What I love is that I think this opening bit here is her. Like, scroll down a little bit. What's the name of the channel?
Yo, this is her. No, this is her.
Yeah, look, this is her. This shit is her. So what is she? Oh my god. Okay, we'll move on next with our next installment where we go through this video. But that very odd, just to say the least. So we'll do some research into J Park ourselves, and because I don't trust a fucking word that comes out of this clown's mouth.
Exactly.
But we'll do some research ourselves. We'll listen to the video. We'll go through all of it. We'll look at it, and then we will come back to this video because this is fucking crazy.
It's a lot, bro. You see, I'm looking at the side like, wait a minute. What lyrics against Muslims? What? Oh my god. We'll see.
And I read the lyrics. There are no lyrics against Muslims at all. He doesn't even talk about pork.
It was in a different song. It's called Mukbang. The song is called Mukbang.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look that up. But I bet it's nothing. I bet it's a bunch of nothing. Matter of fact, while you looking that up, because I want to hear it. While you looking it up, I gotta go piss again. Give me 1 second, y'all. This is so this is so unprofessional. Running the podcast. I've been drinking water all day.
Just cut it. Just cut from that point.
Yeah. You got it. Well, I'll be right back. You go ahead and talk to him.
And I'll look for
Alrighty. You found those lyrics?
I didn't find the lyrics, but I think it's not even in with the lyrics. I think it's a tweet that he made.
Oh.
Because I found another video shitting on this guy. I feel so bad for him. So apparently he compares himself to God in the song. I can't find the lyrics.
Oh my god. Good God Almighty. Disrespectful to Islam.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a good song. J Park, a young god. Hold up. Can you find me one rap artist that hasn't called himself a rap god?
I know, please. I know, right? I know.
It's like, yeah, a young god. Oh god, no, anything with that. Grabbing a fork. Like, oh my god. Look like you've seen a holy ghost. He mentions Russell Crowe.
Oh my god.
A lot of it's in Korean that I can't read.
Well,
I
yeah,
heard
man.
there's something about Allah in here, but I can't see it. I mean, the song just sounds like crap from reading it, but I mean, I can't guarantee it is.
Yeah, we're gonna
The
have to.
song is more about food than it is about anything else.
I bet it is. I bet it's about food, and I bet she's fucking. I bet this idiot
Well,
is.
it is. I mean, he says, "Y'all trying to eat. I'm trying to feast, 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 feast." It's like, okay, well, you may, and he says the word mukbang like 6 million times. I mean, just who would have fucking thought he would say that?
Oh my
This might
god.
not even be his song. Not gonna lie, like this is from Genius as well.
Yeah, that I don't know, bro. We gonna have to go. We gonna have to go back and watch that reaction video to see what the fuck she said and why she has a problem with the mukbang song. Cause I bet it's fucking stupid. I bet it's dumb. I don't even think she probably won't even go deep into it because it sounded like to me, um, she didn't really have a lot to say. Like she just was nitpicking at a lot of
From
shit.
the sound of it, but again, we will go through that again to take a look at it.
Yeah, we're gonna look at it now. For the last little segment, real quick, man. Rest in peace to Chicago. Um,
Yeah.
you guys, I really feel sorry for y'all, man. I really hope that you guys get out of this slump with this fucking idiot you guys have for a mayor. Um, everybody talks about systemic racism, but most of the black mayors that we have in these democratic cities are running um fucked cities where there's murder,
Yeah.
carjackings, rape, drugs, you name it. Ran by black
Yep.
women. Most of them. I can go through the list. Most of these cities ran by democratic black women are fucked. And we're gonna watch this video. I haven't watched this yet. I did see this a couple days ago. And I wanted to watch this with you, man, because I know you're gonna go in on it. And I'm like, yeah, let me wait till Matt get on. So let's go ahead and watch this video. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot declares racism a public health crisis. Let's get into this.
As America continues to confront racial inequity this week, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot declared racism a public health crisis and pledged nearly $10 million in COVID-19 federal relief money to fight it. According to a new study
She
by the
looks like a fish.
Department of Public Health, Black
Right.
residents in the Windy City have a life expectancy 9 years shorter than non-Black Chicagoans.
No fucking shit, Sherlock. You have one of the worst gang violence activities in your motherfucking city. Are you dumb?
Yeah. I just want to point out, I'm on a website right now called ballotopedia.org.
Right.
Lori Lightfoot is the third mayor on this list. And I can't tell if it's by population that they're doing it, but they call her a strong mayor.
What does that mean?
Well, let's look at it real quick. So they're calling her a strong mayor.
They're calling her they're calling her
Mayor,
strong mayor. Okay.
Yeah, strong mayor, council, government, reflecting organization, must state mayors, chief executive, yada yada. I know what a mayor is. The mayor may appoint or remove department heads. The mayor drafts or proposes a budget to city council. Isn't that their fucking job? The mayor possesses a veto, or I don't. So she's a strong mayor. Is that like a term?
If they're calling her a strong mayor,
Okay. I think it's not a. I think it's not subjective. It's objective, and you would call her style of being a mayor, like the legal definition would be a strong mayor, meaning that she has more power.
Mm.
That's what it looks like that means.
Mm, mm. Yeah.
Yeah, so the mayor drafts and proposes a budget to city council, while a weak mayor council is a city council, usually in consultation with the mayor or appointed administrative officer, drafts a budget. So that means that she has more control. So we can blame her more for this bullshit. Is what
Right.
that means. Is that we can now blame her more because she's a
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
She's a fucking idiot for sure. Pretty much. So
And there are, by the way, the population of Chicago is 2,700,018 782. That's the
okay.
population of Chicago.
Understood.
2,000,000 people.
Understood. And life expectancy gap between blacks and non-blacks in Chicago. Yeah. No fucking shit, Sherlock. No fucking shit. No shit. What are you gonna blame? Are you blaming it on racism? You know what? Let's just keep going. Let's keep going before I go on a tangent.
Joining me now is the mayor of Chicago herself, Lori Lightfoot. Mayor Lightfoot, thank you very much for coming to the Sunday show.
My pleasure, and happy Father's Day to everyone.
Thank you very much. So, Mayor Lightfoot, you're calling systemic racism a public health crisis.
Hold up. Can you pause it real quick?
Systemic racism.
It's even worse. I just wanted to point out that she said Happy Father's Day when her policies directly encourage fatherlessness.
Bro.
Just thought I would point that out.
Yeah. Yep. Fatherlessness from people being killed, no jobs. I mean, the list can go on. This mayor is a fucking idiot. But she said not just racism, systemic racism coming from a black mayor. How fucking pathetic. How pathetic. I don't understand. I don't understand people like this. You are a black mayor complaining about systemic racism. How the fuck did you get in office? If systemic racism is so bad, how did you get in office? But then again, systemic racism could be anything. Now that I think about it, that could be, oh, it's just systems in place that just keep black people from succeeding. But nobody's being held accountable, so there's nobody behind this systemic racism. Who's behind this systemic racism that we're talking about? But according to there was a list, or there was what was it, CRT we were talking about, bro, and it didn't really specify who's running the systemic racism show.
Nope.
So
I believe it was CRT. Yeah.
So we're just talking about some bullshit. The boogeyman. Okay, no problem. Let's go ahead and continue real quick.
And but realize the boogeyman is now a public health crisis.
Right. Exactly.
To me, because in the conversations we've had over these years, you have said that flat out. But this declaration makes it official. Talk about why you feel so strongly that this declaration be made.
Well, Jonathan, I think one of the big narratives coming out of the pandemic is that the cost and consequences of inequities and injustice simply can no longer be ignored. You're right. We've known that racism is a public health crisis, but I think naming it and saying it gives us the opportunity to address it once and for all. The consequences of this, the life expectancy gaps, the absence of access to high quality healthcare on the part of so many of our residents.
Hold on. Whoa. Matt, I need you for something, bro. I need you to correct me if I'm wrong. Because I could be wrong. You've corrected me a lot of times. I need you to have my back on this.
Okay.
She just said that our residents have don't have access to public health care, right?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't they just pass Obamacare through office again? Or like, wasn't it set back in like it was continued just recently? Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was a
It looks like they're shoring up the Affordable Care Act, so it might not necessarily be Obamacare.
Affordable Care Act though.
On Thursday, January 28th, President Biden signed an executive order that will direct the federal government to open a special enrollment period from February 15th to May 15th for Affordable Care Act exchanges that serve 36 states and measures designed who has covered people who are uninsured. So
now
Affordable Care Act, it helps people with insurance.
Now, Affordable Care Act, correct me if I'm wrong. All you got to do is go down to the government office and apply for that shit, right?
I believe so. I believe it kind of works like EBT.
Okay. Okay. So she's declaring systemic racism because the life expectancy of Black people in her city has a gap with non-whites because of lack of access to public health care. Okay. So we're not going to. Okay, this is what I want y'all to do. Let's wait until she.
So realize.
Realize
this too, though. Declaring a public health emergency or a crisis in this case means that she's getting more resources meant to handle an actual or potential public health crisis. So, what resources is she getting, and what is she doing with them?
Let's find out. But I also want to point out. Let's see if she mentions the gun violence in her city.
I doubt it. Unless she talks about cops.
And also,
then she'll say that cops are shooting people with their guns.
That's right. That's true. We're going to find out. And I also just want to point out that one of her eyes is taller than the other one, but that's not here nor there. Let's go ahead and continue, though.
Yeah, she looks like a fish. I brought it up already. I mean, her eyes, she's basically like a flounder where they have the eyes on either side of their head. So she can see behind her if she really wanted
to. Let's continue, man. Golly.
The consequences of gun violence, if you look at the root causes, you can trace a lot of that to racism, systemic violence.
Gun violence is racist now. The bullet knows the race of the person. Oh, wait.
Oh, my God.
So, okay. So she says gun violence is racist, right? So what she's going to say is that gun violence she's talking about is within the police system. That's what I think is going to happen.
Oh my God. Look, bro. You know what? I don't want to say nothing. Let's just continue. So y'all heard it first. Let's go ahead and rewind it back a little bit. And let's continue what she says from there.
Racism, systemic poverty, all those other consequences. So naming systemic poverty, part of so many of our residents, the consequences of gun violence, if you look at the root causes.
The consequences of gun violence. Okay, hold on. Let's continue. Let's keep that in mind.
You can trace a lot of that to racism, systemic poverty, all those other consequences. So naming it and making it an official declaration of the city gives us the opportunity to have the conversation on the table and start addressing the root causes.
We have a bunch of statistics that we can show for the control room. Let's just start at the first one. Opioid deaths, opioid-related overdose death among Blacks in Chicago is more than 3 times the rate.
Whose fucking fault is that? These 87.9 motherfuckers who died of opium overdose, whose fault is that? Why is that a systemic problem? Stop taking opium. You'll stop dying of opium deaths. Right? These motherfuckers are putting it in their body. Stop me when I'm wrong.
I will.
Jesus Christ.
I will. Trust me.
Fucking idiots. Like, I just... Opioid-related overdose death rate among blacks is more than 3 times the rate among non-blacks.
I'm
getting an aneurysm.
Blaming racism. You are the mayor of the city. You are the mayor of the city. Where is the fucking accountability?
Then why the fuck isn't she dead of opium as well? Right? If it's racism, then why isn't she?
So racism is making these people take opioids. Okay, I think what she's trying to say here, and I'm gonna be fair. Let's be fair real quick. I don't want to be biased. Let's be a little fair. Maybe she's saying racism is what maybe she's talking about old racism. Maybe she's talking about racism back in the day. Maybe she's talking about a system today. I don't know.
It's 2019. The year is right there. It says 2019. Back then, 2 fucking years ago.
He wasn't hearing it. I tried, y'all. He wasn't hearing that bullshit. But I agree.
No.
I agree. 100%. 100%. What are we doing?
All right, let's keep going.
I don't understand. Racism, what the yeah. All right, bro. Let's
just give up on the point midway through.
HIV, blacks account for half of the people living with HIV.
And
why?
Whose fault is that?
Who had unprotected sex in a truck stop? Who, like, oh my God.
That's racism's fault? Because, hold on. So racism is the reason why motherfuckers are making bad decisions?
Yeah, racism is the reason these people had unprotected gay sex.
I don't understand.
I also love how they say accounted for half the people living with HIV, but non-blacks is the biggest number.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah, you're right. Let's keep going.
Counted for half. Yeah, when you only have 2 things, one of them has to be half.
Let's go to gun violence. 2020 versus 2021.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
We don't I'm sorry. We don't have it, but
oh fucking idiot.
Oh, we don't
go to gun violence. Oh wait. We don't have that one. Oops. Fucked up there. Didn't mean to forget our entire overlay after making a point. We just made a blatant claim, but can't back it up with anything. Oh well, you all know it's true, right? Fucking idiot. God, turn this shit off.
Bro, I know they didn't just pull that one. They just really pulled that one.
Jesus Christ. What a fucking stupid person.
And keep in mind, this is on MSNBC. So you already know.
Which is extremely biased. So we know it's going to be bad, but Jesus. That's really bad. You
got all these stats.
But look, grapples with spike in gun violence as city reopens post-COVID. But that's what they're saying, but they have nothing to back it up.
You don't got nothing to back it up. Because we already know, bro. Yeah. We already know the answer to that. You don't want to, let's talk about the statistics. Let's talk about it. We already know the answer. They don't, it could be.
Well, it's not even, let's have a discussion about it. Let's fucking see them.
Yeah, let's see it. And
it's not even a discussion. Can you just fucking show me what you're talking about?
Because they don't have any whites killing black statistics. You see, they will have to show that because I remember at the beginning,
no,
it said black men's
they're just gonna show black.
Right,
They're
exactly.
just going to show this is how many black people total have died from gun violence,
Yep.
period. This is how many people who are white who have died of gun violence. They're not going to include who shot them, but then they're going to claim that it's racism. It's like, okay,
Right.
you can't just say there are two different groups of people. They've got to be killing each other. When why can't the in-groups fight each other?
When we
I don't
know,
understand. Idiot.
but because they know that we can go search up this shit. We can go look up how these idiots that's in these gangs in Chicago are bragging about catching bodies on each other on social media. There's a whole Facebook group keeping count of the deaths that happens in social media. These two gangs, they call it scoring. When they kill a rival gang member, they call it score. When you kill a gang member that has a lot of bodies from killing your gang members, that's called a big score. They keep count of this shit on social media. You gotta be fucking kidding me. But we don't want to talk about the gun violence stuff. Because 90% of it, I'm willing to bet my check, 90% of it is happening in these black communities. I'm willing to bet that.
Um, 5% homicide, 17% shootings. But the key thing here in the report that you put out, homicide is the number 5 cause of death, leading cause of death among all blacks in Chicago, and number 3, homicide, number 3 for black males. What? I mean, this is gun violence.
And when you break it down by age, from the age of 1 to the age of 42, the number 1 cause is homicide. That's what they don't tell you.
And here's another stat, a Larry Elder stat for you. Out of all of the homicide deaths for black men, 0.1% is by cops. 0.1%. So who else is shooting them? Because if it was white people, we'd know. We'd know. They'd show that stat.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. And guess what? And if that was happening, I would be singing a different tune right now, because that's wrong. But that's not the case. When they're talking about that and it's not happening, but they don't want to bring up the fact that majority of black men killed are killed by other black men, then we can't talk about racism no more. So she's trying to blame race. She's trying to blame systemic race. Notice systemic racism was thrown. That's not in the motherfucking title down here. If you look at the bottom, that's not in the title. Notice they had to throw in systemic racism for these causes.
Because you can't fix that. You can't just say, well, it's an individual being racist. Yeah, that's racism. No, this is systemic racism. It's in the system. The most pretentious fucking thing I've ever heard. The system is what is racist. So now we need to rip the whole thing apart so we can institute something else. Like, I don't know, communism, like a stupid bitch wants to do.
Yep.
He's a fucking sleeper agent. I'm calling it.
Chicago has been something we have been talking about and fretting about for years now. Why is it so hard to get a handle on the gun problem in Chicago?
Well, I mean,
it's not a gun problem. It's an idiot shooting each other problem.
Foremost, we're surrounded by states that have extraordinarily lax gun laws. So we've been calling on the federal government to do what's necessary to have multi-jurisdictional gun trafficking task forces, because the truth is our police department takes more guns off the street than LA or New York combined year after year after year. We can't stop the flow of illegal guns.
My question is this. Like you said, bro, it's not the guns. It's the people that got the guns. Your motherfucking gun laws are so strict that they have to go to different cities to get guns. But where do you think, okay, cool. They go to get their guns from surrounding states, right? Where the fuck do you think they come back to? If you are blaming your gun violence on other people's state laws, then that means you doing something wrong. Don't blame them. You fucking up because they coming back and using those guns in your city. Doesn't matter how they get the guns. Where's the police in these areas that has?
Well, in this case, she's blaming Indiana and Kentucky and
Yeah, right.
So I believe Indiana is the big one that they try to blame all the time. They say Indiana is the reason that they get all their guns and whatnot. But we're going to make stricter gun laws, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're already breaking the law by bringing the gun in. Like, so they clearly don't fucking care. And not only that, they're taking the gun that they got illegally and killing someone with it, which is also, the last time I checked, a fucking crime.
So what are you doing about the crime in your city, ma'am? You are sitting up here. I wonder, you know what? I'm not even going to put words in her mouth. I want to wait till she say it because I want to know if she's going to say something about her police officers. She said our police can't do anything about it. I wonder what her laws are on police in the neighborhoods, because she's on the left. She's very far left. I wouldn't be surprised if she defunded her own police, if she's not giving her own police officers enough funding to do what they need to do in her city. I wouldn't be surprised. So let's continue. I want to hear what she has to say.
Into our city without the federal government support. But going back to the root causes, too many of our young men believe that their destiny is preordained, that they have no future, that they have no hope. So what we've been working on for the last 2 years, and we'll continue this work post-pandemic, is building that village of support among young Black and brown males to let them know that their future is limitless if they take advantage of the opportunities in front of them. And we've got to continue to create those opportunities. But where you see this violence raging in certain neighborhoods, it's where there is systemic racism.
Black neighborhoods, let's keep it a buck. There's systemic racism in these Black neighborhoods. How, man? You are the mayor of the fucking city. You are the mayor. Where are the jobs? Where's the opportunities? What opportunities are you trying to build? She's being fucking general, but she's not being specific about what opportunities she's been working on for the past 2 years. You want to get black men together and say, "Oh, your life is important. You don't have to go down this road." But what are you doing about it? What have you been doing?
Also, if I'm not wrong, she's against school choice. The last time I checked.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. And but you know what? I can't just put the blame on Lori Lightfoot either. I can't just put the blame on her for the gun violence that goes on in our neighborhoods. Nope, I won't do it. I also blame the Black community that's in Chicago. I'm sorry, but I have to. I got to. Because just because you live,
well, I mean, if you're
in a poor neighborhood, that doesn't mean that you have to go out and do the stupid shit that you do. These are choices that are being made by these people. And guess what? If these are young men, like she say they are, which I believe, a lot of these kids, let me tell y'all something real quick, and I'm gonna get to my point. What people don't understand, that the average Black male, the average man in general, across the board, no matter what color they are, when they start hitting their teenage years, that's when they are more prone to commit crimes. If they don't have guidance, if they don't have a father in the home, they don't have discipline in their house, that the age between the ages of 13 and 16 is when they start committing crimes. And in the Black community, you see that a lot worse because we have a higher rate of fatherlessness in our homes. A lot of these young kids that's out here carrying guns and committing these crimes. You can look this shit up yourself. If you don't believe me, Go on YouTube right now, look up BD versus GD, and it's going to show you. It's going to show you some rappers who have gotten killed, that's passed away already, who started off in these blocks in Chicago. They started off killing each other at the age of as early as 13, 14. The whole beef between these two gangs started from a 15-year-old getting killed. They brag about this 15-year-old. They brag about killing this 15-year-old on the internet right now. That's how it started. These are kids these are teenagers killing each other. So I have to blame a lot of this shit on the parents, and I'm sorry, but I have to start with the mother. I have to start with the mother, because you are the one that's laying down, opening your legs for a man to impregnate you. You are the one that's not getting married before you carry. Yeah, you could put blame on the man too. You could put blame on the man as well for not being there, but we've already been doing that. When are we going to start holding these black women responsible for raising these kids? Because if the single mother rate is as high as we know it is in the black community, then we have to blame the person who's carrying a child, which is the mother. And then we have to go back and start blaming. You want to blame some old shit? Let's start blaming the generations of families that didn't raise these women right in the first place. If you want to talk about something, let's talk about it. But blaming racism, that's not going to get nothing done. So I can't put all the blame on Lori Lightfoot. She is to blame for any opportunities that's not being put in Chicago for sure. But as far as raising these kids, because it starts at home. Fuck a president, a mayor, governor, whoever. It starts in the household.
Yep.
So, but good grief, bro. This bitch just gave me.
All right, we're almost done.
Almost done. She just gave me.
Let's finish it up.
Good God Almighty.
We'll finish it up and wrap up.
Racism, poverty, and a lack of hope and desperation. That's really at the root cause of a lot of this violence. Too many of our young men do not believe that the future lies in education and career. They think it's jail, early death, or minding somebody else's corner spot. We've got to disrupt those systems and replace them with positive, productive activities for our young men.
Mayor Lightfoot, I hear what you're saying, and it all makes sense, and it is true, and it is a long-term project that you're talking about. But what do you say to folks in Chicago for whom homicides and gun violence is an immediate thing? What do you say to Chicagoans who are looking for you and your administration to do more?
We are doing more. We have been very focused on the 15 areas of our city that drive over 30% of the violence. We are present in those communities, both with law enforcement, of course, but also with using our soft power, our libraries, our parks, our schools, our after-school programs, our community organizations, really coming together and focusing, using data to be literally on a block-by-block basis, and we're starting to see some traction. Again, I don't want to take a victory lap because we're far from where we are, but we're seeing a downtrend in June over June from last year. We're seeing a downturn, certainly in May, homicides and shootings in some of those areas in the city that are the most plagued by gun violence. But to be clear, the violence that we're seeing in Chicago, the uptick, same in New York, in Los Angeles, and other places across the country, we are all suffering, and we've all got to have a whole of government, whole of community approach. Otherwise, we're not going to make measurable difference. But again, yes, we have to deal with the immediate for sure, but we will never get beyond this if we don't plant the seeds now for the long-term problems. And that's what we have to do. We have to do both the immediate and be present and make sure that we're holding those accountable or driving the violence, but we've got to get at the root causes so that we can turn the page from this violence because our young people are moving in a different direction.
Chicago Mayor
Okay,
Lori.
go ahead and stop it.
Mayor,
I think that's the end of the video anyway. But here's the thing. She talked about we have to deal with the initial, the right now problem, and we also have to deal with the root cause. But her thing is the root cause is racism, not the family unit. We just went through exactly what she should be doing, and she didn't say any of it.
Yep.
What she was saying is, it's okay. We'll help out these people with libraries and parks and after school programs.
Libraries as after school programs ain't gonna work for a group of kids who don't want to fucking use them. You can't make them do none of that. I believe this is what I believe. I believe that in order for her to get her city under control, a lot of these motherfuckers are gonna have to go to jail. You're gonna have to lock them up to make your city safer. It's the only way. It's too late. We talking about a group of kids who grew up with no discipline in their household. Zero. They already killing each other and all that one shit. You're gonna have to lock them up. They have a fucking terrible clearance rating on their homicides. Come on, you're gonna have to be a little bit harsher than what you are. I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. Sorry, man.
No, I get it, man. It's just it's you have a group of kids who have not grown up with any discipline, and they're being taught by the society at large that the government's discipline, the police, law enforcement, they're out to get you. They're coming for you. They're not going to listen to law enforcement. So the only thing that's going to end up with, and I wish that it would end up in the way that you wanted it, with them getting arrested and fixing up the problem now and then dealing with this root problem, which is not racism, you idiot. It's going to end up in more kids getting killed. Yep. It's going to end up in more cops stopping kids and them charging them, attacking them, trying to mob them. It's going to end up in more violence, and a combination of this kind of rhetoric that she's putting out and the whole BLM, everything that was going on this last year is only going to end in more violence. And that is sad, to say the least.
Yeah, she's gonna have to put her foot down. You can't have this mindset of being a fucking scaredy cat because you scared of what everybody's gonna think about how you run your city when what you're doing right now isn't working at all.
The problem is Giuliani did that and they hate him.
Yep, but that motherfucking crime rate was low.
Something was working. He did a damn good job.
Something was working.
Anyway, so with that, I think we got to wrap up. We're out of time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So
3-hour podcast we just did.
Yeah, that was a 3-hour podcast, man. That was a good one. Good ass podcast, man. So last couple things that I want to say, man, make sure you like, share, subscribe to this channel. This is episode 3 of Educated Conservative Talk. Make sure you go to ECTvision.store and cop you some merch, man. Support the channel. Get you some conservative teas.
It's good stuff.
And whatnot. And y'all also follow me on Instagram at ECTvision. Matt, did you do an Instagram yet?
Nope. I don't plan on it. Not yet, at least.
Oh, you say you don't plan on it yet.
I'm
gonna talk.
Yeah, we're gonna push them all towards you for now.
I think I'm gonna talk him into it. I'm gonna try to talk him into it, job. So
he might.
Another thing. I am gonna start doing some more content on here. Most of my content is going up on Instagram right now. I just like Instagram a lot better. It's just easy to use, but I guess I need to start using YouTube a little bit more. Also, they're shadow banning me, so y'all make sure y'all please comment, like, and share, and subscribe, because I mean, if y'all don't, they're gonna hide my videos and shit like that. But anyway, I don't got nothing else to say. Matt, you have anything else to say?
Well, I know last time we followed off with not joining gangs or anything like that. That was a big takeaway from our. If you're going to take away anything from this episode, is don't blame racism for the stupid bullshit that goes on. We looked at a lot of this. So clearly, the last example we had with Lori Lightfoot was the most obvious, but we started off with everything else that has to do with racism, and it's important to just remember: don't find a scapegoat. Don't find I can't do this because. If you find something like that, then you're screwed. And that goes with a lot of stuff. A lot of people do that with things like the gym. Oh, I can't go to the gym because I don't have enough time. Okay, make fucking time.
Make time. Yep.
It's that kind of thing. If it's a change you want to make, you can do it. If it's not something you want to do, own up to it.
Yep.
In this case, what's going on here is they're saying racism's a problem because they don't want to own up to the real problem, which is, as we've put it, the families. The family unit is broken in these communities, and we need to be there for that. We need to understand what's going on there, and we need to own up and say, this family unit is broke. We gotta fix it.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's my takeaway. Don't find a scapegoat. Don't. It's again. We can go back to the rapper. The scapegoat there. He's culturally appropriating. If you don't like what he's doing, just fucking say that. Yep. Don't just say, well, he's causing cultural appropriation. Say what you don't like. Yep. Don't find some bullshit. Don't give it a bigger meaning. Don't do any of that. Pinpoint it. Show us what the problem is. That's the only possible way to fix a problem.
Absolutely.
So that's my takeaway for this episode.
Absolutely, man. So other than that, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And like I said, like, share, subscribe this video. It would mean a lot to us so we can keep this content coming in and a lot more people can get a hold of it. But other than that, man, we about to end this show, wrap it up, and y'all have a good day. Peace.
Peace. All right. That was good.